Hello, I'm Dwayne, and I'm going to be talking to you today about purposeful movement or moving with a purpose while delivering a public speech. Now, moving with a purpose, what is the purpose of moving with a purpose while delivering a public speech? Well, what is it? So, moving with a purpose while you're publicly speaking is, it's a show, just like an actor, comedian, or singer. It's a show. So, you want to make connections while you're doing your show. You want to get to the audience on a personal level. So why do we do this? Well, for one, connections, personal interaction. You want to have stage presence, and you also want to convey, the message that you're comfortable, you're knowledgeable, you know what you're talking about, you have an authoritative presence on stage. Now, with that being said, we can go into the comfortability. You want to seem like you're conversant, you're knowledgeable, you know what you're talking about. So while you're moving around, it shows that you're comfortable, you're relaxed around them, you're not nervous. And then with this level of comfortability and while you're walking, it can also help to, relieve the nerves, the stress of speaking publicly. You can, instead of having those little nervous tics or, fixing your collar or your clothing, or you're brushing your hair back, or you're muddling around with your hands. At least this way you can kind of look comfortable, relaxed, and it's also beneficial for time management. You can come over here to this side, you address a main point, stop, pause, address a main point, maybe step forward, make a personal connection, step back. And then you can go to the next side. While you're moving, you're constantly moving. So you come to this side, make a point, talk about a certain part of your speech, pause for a moment, maybe talk about it for 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then you move forward. Maybe come to the center, and then you'll make a personal connection, tell a story about your life, some other part of your speech. Do that for about a minute or so, and then you can just move forward, and then keep addressing the audience, coming forward as you need to, or backward as you need to, making a personal connection, or digressing, retracting, and coming back, to move on to another point. Good for transitions. So, comfortability, caution. You are entering your comfort zone with this technique. You'll be comfortable. Next, making connections. Personal, meaningful. I'm walking forward. I'm going to make a connection with the audience. It's going to be personal. I'm closer. They feel comfortable. I know what I'm talking about. I feel like people need to have that connection. You need to sound credible, authoritative, really draw them in. And also, while you're moving, the audience is constantly moving. They're moving their heads, they're shifting their body. You can make a connection with them as well, another kind of personal connection, keeping eye contact, all the small other hand gestures, eye contact, other nonverbal communication as well. So, making connections, personal and meaningful. That's the purpose of moving while you're on stage delivering a speech. Now, staying stagnant, it can also, just make you feel nervous. You're just standing here, so you kind of, you're anchored down and you don't really want to move. You're kind of sweaty, whatever. So at least moving, it allows you to be comfortable, as well as make connections, interactions, open communication with the audience, things of that nature. Now, like I said, it engages the audience. It builds trust. You look meaningful. You look purposeful. You look comfortable. So, you look like you've already had a strategy. You're well prepared. You're trustworthy. They think that they know, what you're talking about while you're delivering this speech. It shows a sense of reliability. They didn't come to your speech to see you stand here nervous and not know what you're talking about and mess around with your words and kind of pause, do a lot of ums, do a lot of uhs. It just shows that you are a credible source of information, and that's why they're there. And you really want to engage them, like I've been saying, at the same time while you're moving. You really want to be engaging. You move around to engage, to grab attention. So you look competent. You know what you're talking about. A simple and effective strategy by I believe John Zimmer, in one of his blog posts, had said he doesn't really mention this actual way, but it's called like a T movement. So when you start to address, you move forward in a T-like manner to address the audience. You build a positive kind of reinforcement with the audience. You're coming towards them, and it gives them a sense of positivity that you're about to give them some real knowledge. And then from there, that T, you're at the very center, and then from there you can start to move from side to side. Go on to your next point, the main body of your speech over here, 1-2 minutes, like I said. Come back over here, personal connection. Come forward, come back, transition. Next part, time management. You're over here, 1-2 minutes, another segment. It's in that T-like pattern. You can always go back to the center, come back as you need to. And it just really, the whole moving with a purpose while you're delivering a public speech is, it just really makes everybody in the room comfortable, and you have a very good stage presence. So you can really just make those connections that you need to, make your audience feel comfortable, make yourself feel comfortable, look knowledgeable, be completely comfortable, and just look competent. That's the biggest thing with public speaking. You want to look good, feel good, know what you're talking about, and just look like a good source of information. Thank you so much. Here's my references page. Thank you.